Hey, CG Nation, Charlie here with Mike Stone to give a contest update and talk about a couple of highlights from last week that we think everyone will be interested in. First up, third week in a row, we have gained ground. We are now down 164,000, but we picked up 20,000 last week, and it's actually going to be a bit more than that. It's actually about 50,000 because some folks posted a little bit late on Labor Day. So we're going to get that effect next week. The next 4 weeks look fantastic. We're projected up over $100,000 and really starting to hit our stride heading in the most important time of the year. We had a number of success stories last week, and there's two that I think are worth mentioning. One, Iowa Methodist, Dave and Tina Dix, and the second, MGM, Linda and Mike Stone. Mike, I'm careful to mention. I know who to mention first there. So first, I'll take care of Iowa Methodist since Tina's not able to be on. But they picked up payroll deduction, and they added 40% to the sale. It was a huge success story, a fun event, and there are a couple of uniquenesses or consistencies between what Mike and Linda do at MGM and what Dave and Tina do at Iowa Methodist. First, they have a number of people working it. They realize that to give the best customer service, best customer experience, and to sell the most, it benefits them to have a couple extra people at those big events. They sold all of the usual suspects that you would expect. Have great relationships with their contact. Tina, at her event, had an unbelievable week with the PWPs. In fact, she sold 289 PWP items. She sold more, I got to give Dave credit, her and Dave sold more PWP items than 4 other regions total, and had an amazing, amazing event. The way she does it, and I think everyone can do this, she sets up a featured PWP table right next to her register. So she's able to tell everybody about what every one of those 4 items are and has no problem getting through each of them. Doesn't bog down the customer, doesn't bog down the line, just sells a bunch of them, and she made a lot of extra money with those last week. Next up, though, is Mike Stone. Mike and Linda at MGM last week sold 189 sheets. They outsold every single region in sheets. So, I mean, kind of the first easy question, Mike, is how in the hell did you sell 189 sheets?
Well, we brought sheets out initially to this event over a year ago, and treated it like everywhere else, kind of had them on one side of a cart, 4 rows, and they quickly started picking up momentum. And within a couple of events, we realized that was not a good place to display them, even though they were going to find them anywhere in the event because they had already decided that they loved the product and the price point. I just needed to get the congestion out of the corner of the room. So we then moved it to a side table, continued to do well, but we knew August could be challenging and we knew it was a good product for us. So we decided to this particular event, go all out, bring pretty much everything we had on sheets and display it on our center island table, prominent in the middle of the room, and kind of started off slow. Kind of thought, oh boy, we missed it. It's August and it's gonna, just do okay. Wrong. Once we got things rolling and people started figuring out we were there again, the only problem I had with sheets was certain colors or certain sizes I just didn't have enough of. Other than that, it's a place where they believe in this product greatly. I didn't believe in it when we first got it. I thought sheets, that doesn't fit with what I do. I stayed with it, and now I sleep on them along with one of our bamboo pillows, which I'll now upgrade to a gel pillow if I hadn't sold those also. But getting them in the center of the room, creating the excitement, plenty of room for people to shop, and having at least a half a dozen of every color available out when available throughout the event proved to work.
That's awesome, Mike. I know when we were at Iowa Methodist with Dave and Tina, we had a cart with sheets on both sides. And it looked perfectly nice, but now you describing the way you did a feature table with it, I'll get with Dave and Tina when they're back at Iowa Methodist to see how we can make a more impactful display and take a better advantage of that. We talked about the amount of money you and Linda personally made on those sheets, $1,600 of income on one item. Not too shabby, man. So,
that in itself would have been a nice event.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I could have had just a sheet event last week and been okay.
When we were follow up to that, Mike, when we were talking about MGM, you mentioned something to me about the next event that was there, and this is something that, you know, in full disclosure, I never took advantage of as a rep. You're back there for Black Friday weekend, correct?
Yes. I believe this will be our 4th year in a row on Black Friday. Black Friday has turned out to be, I hate giving it up. It's a holiday weekend, but it's the stretch run, and I want to maximize any and every opportunity. And having a captive audience, they want Black Friday also, and they can't get out. If they're working, they're missing out on Black Friday somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's turned out to be now an annual tradition. They asked about it throughout this event. Are we going to be back for the Black Friday weekend? And we will, absolutely. It's my last event of the year there. And Black Friday is something a lot of people look forward to. And for MGM, the employees there, I am their Black Friday. And I believe from the success we've had, if it wasn't MGM, I would find another place for it to fit. And places like hospitals,
yep,
where people have to be working on Black Friday. I didn't sell the concept of Black Friday. It wasn't my idea. It was long before my time. I just found that it's the place for me to take advantage of it.
You know, we made a big push on the week of Christmas last year, and saw a huge impact for everyone who took advantage. And we're scheduled to see that same impact and more this year. I think Black Friday is the next step in this business. How do we take advantage of what is one of the biggest retail days of the year? Mike, you nailed it. Hospitals, casinos, captive audiences. Thanks for sharing those words of wisdom. Really appreciate you taking some time today.
No problem, Charlie. All the best to everybody.
To everyone else out there, have a safe, successful week. If you're in Florida, be on the lookout. Irma hopefully is going to veer off and miss you guys. But everyone else, have a great week. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Charlie.